Greetings, my fellow freedom-loving sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy mangroves of South Florida, and today's date is Monday, January 11th, 2021. Whew, yeah, so interesting stuff is happening as usual. More big tech censorship. I'm going to do one article on this matter. And this is from the Foundation for Economic Education. And this is a reference to Dr. Ron Paul. Facebook suspends Ron Paul following column criticizing big tech censorship. So let's just what he has to say here. On Monday, Facebook blocked former presidential candidate, sorry about that, John Miltmore. Wrote this. On Monday, Facebook blocked former candidate Ron Paul from his own page. The move came in an hour after a longtime congressman and libertarian also shared an article that he wrote criticizing Twitter and Facebook for banning President Donald Trump from their platforms. It says here's quote, last week, massive social media purges starting with President Trump's permanent ban from Twitter and other outlets was shocking and chilling, particularly of those of us who value free expression and the free exchange of ideas, Paul wrote. The justifications given for the silence of the wide swaths of public opinion made no sense, and the process was anything but transparent. Nowhere in President Trump's two offending tweets, for example, was call for violence expressed explicitly or implicitly. It was a classic example of sentence, verdict, later. To all you Trump haters, you better start paying attention. Now, I'm not a Trump lover, but all you haters on Facebook and Twitter that laughed that his account got suspended, you better be paying attention. All right. Paul shared the article on Facebook sometime around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hours later on Twitter, Paul said he had been blocked by Facebook with no explanation other than repeatedly going against our community standards. Facebook has blocked me from managing my page, Paul announced on Twitter. Never we have received notice of violating community standards in the past, and nowhere is the offending post identified. Paul said only material posted on Facebook on Monday was the article previously noted, his weekly Straight Talk column, which he was published every week since 1976. And he had a tweet on there. So it looks like, according to this, you have limited page functionality. The big chill on speech. The question of social media censorship, a phenomenon that has grown steadily in recent years, is a thorny issue, especially for libertarians. As private companies, Twitter and Facebook have legal right to decide who and what to allow on that platform. On the other hand, many see the cultural values of free expression and viewpoint diversity as the cornerstone of a liberal, in the classical sense, and tolerant society. For years, the media generally and libertarians particularly discussed how bans on controversial figures should be handled. The debate began earnest in the summer of 2016 following the ban of Milo Yiannopoulos, a right-leaning provocateur who have gained an immense following on social media. Many at the time were shocked to see Yiannopoulos banned following a spat with actress Leslie Jones, but there was a general agreement in many circles that Twitter, while wrong on principle, was within its rights. Twitter is a private company. It can set its own speech policies, and those policies don't have to be fair. There's no universal human right to own a Twitter account. Reasons Robert Soave pointed out. But if Twitter wants to live up to a stated commitment to maintain a public forum where provocative, controversial, and even occasional rude or hurtful speech is tolerated, then it should consider restoring Yiannopoulos' profile. 2 years later, a similar conversation took place with Alex Jones, far-right radio show host and conspiracy theorist who ultimately found himself banned by Twitter and Facebook. The response were not surprising. Many left-leaning pundits cheered the move, pointing out Jones was not entitled to First Amendment protection since Twitter and Facebook were private companies. This move is an important step towards setting reasonable and badly needed precedent around free speech, wrote Washington Post columnist Christine Emba. Companies don't have to defend the indefensible. Alex Jones can do that all on his own. The right, however, warned the bans were unlikely to end with Jones. They're coming for you, Jesse Kelly wrote in The Federalist. Their goal is to silence dissenting voices, look down at what you're standing at this very moment. That is where you draw your line in the sand, and don't give them another inch. The slippery slope of restricting speech. The censorship was never going to end with Alex Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos, of course. Still, the eagerness in which big tech is silencing dissent might have surprised even those who warned it would not end with Jones. Banning the President of the United States was shocking. Banning Ron Paul is horrifying. It is senseless. Paul is a man of principle and peace. He is 85 and not active in politics. But Paul does not incite violence and is a threat to no one. How did we go from banning Alex Jones to Ron Paul in the spaces of 2 years? The answer is not hard to find. It lies in the principle abandoned. Once you start making exceptions to a universal principle, general rule, you begin to undermine it. It becomes easier to make further exceptions. Fees. Dan Sanchez pointed out in 2017, if the hate speech of Nazis are to be restricted, why not the hate speech of traditional conservatives? If the violent, seditious rhetoric of Nazis are too dangerous to allow, why should the violent, seditious rhetoric of communists be tolerated or any fundamental criticism of the government? Indeed, of course, Twitter and Facebook have long since abandoned the notion they are free speech platforms. They openly state it's their mission to keep users safe, which they do by enforcing rules and community standards and how they choose. The mission was flawed to begin with. I do not need Facebook or Twitter to protect me from ideas or discussions. Thank you very much, and I suspect most individuals would offer similar sentiments. But by booting Ron Paul, it becomes clear that safety is not the true goal of big tech. I suspect it never was. Paul's deplatforming should anger and perhaps even frighten us. The widespread silencing of dissent is a serious matter. There is no denying that. And matters are further complicated by the fact that Amazon, Google, and Apple have taken steps that will hinder social media platforms competing with Facebook and Twitter. But what should be done? As it happens, Paul himself asked this very question in the column that apparently led to his Facebook exile. So, what is to be done? Even pro-free speech alternative media outlets are under attack from big tech government Leviathan. There are no easy solutions, but we must think back to the dissidents. In the era of Soviet tyranny, Paul wrote, he continued, they had no internet, they had no social media, they had no ability to communicate with thousands and millions of like-minded freedom lovers. Yet they used incredible creativity in the face of the incredible adversity to continue pushing their ideas. Because no army, not even big tech, partnered with big government can stop an idea whose time has come. And liberty is that idea. We must move forward with creativity and confidence. Liberty is indeed the idea. And if we're patient, I suspect the market will soon offer a genuine alternative. More on that later. They may soon make Facebook and Twitter regret their authoritarian impulses. He is absolutely correct. So, folks, what do you think? You got an elderly man that's pro-liberty and served in Vietnam, a fantastic congressman, got mocked and ridiculed, and everything's backfiring. This will too. It's how pathetic these social media giants think they are. Believe they're above the law and, we should go by their guidelines. Well, your contracts are vague, to be very frank. And it's disturbing because your stock markets are plummeting. You think you know more? Spare me. You're going to have the people that on Facebook, there's plenty of them around the country, around the world, in office. You're going to lay them off because of your stupidity? That's what you're doing. Same thing with Twitter. We're going to start laying people off because of your pretentious actions. There's plenty of other social media sites out there, folks. I can tell you that. I use a whole lot of them. All you gotta do is search engine. Use me in a search engine. Loki Luck, Roman numeral 3, or Loki Luck number 3. DuckDuckGo is a good search engine. You can use that. You'll find me. Got a lot of stuff out there. There's even real small social media sites you can use, and of course, definitely support it. Support them. Because, hey, everyone has a right to speak their minds. Free speech is more important than your feelings. Big tech with the cancel culture. We got to make it safer. Make it safe for everyone. Because we don't want to hurt the Orwellian snowflakes and saps. My heart bleeds. Well, this is why, folks, when you start learning, they need you more you need them, it's over. And that was my brief episode. That will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share through social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something that's interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Decorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnote of this article on my speaker page. If you want to contact me, you can hit me at LokiLuck3@gmail.com or LokiLuck3@protonmail.com. If you want to do donation, hit me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. I want to try to hit other, I'm still looking at other places you can do donations. That'd be fine. I'm on PocketNet too, so that's a good site. If you want to hit that like button, hit the like button here too and spread it around. That would be great. And if you guys support the Foundation for Economic Education, I encourage you to do it. Once again, thank you for your time. Please always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love. May your guardian spirits be with you.